Around the trendy hub of Foggy Bottom, you will see brownstones, GW students on their way to class, and tents. Last year, there were about 6,000 people experiencing homelessness in the District of Columbia. For years, the city has had one of the highest unhoused populations in the country. Near GW's campus, homeless encampments are commonplace, but to some students, it's just another part of going to school in the city.
I think it's definitely something we've seen since we got here freshman year.
The pandemic made the housing crisis in DC even worse as people avoided the indoors and stayed on the streets. Christopher Rutledge is the Director of Development at Friendship Place, a nonprofit designed to provide a variety of resources to unhoused people in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area.
These are our neighbors and these are our fellow human beings, and you should have a degree of empathy for them.
But the latest increase in the homeless population comes with mixed feelings. A recent poll from the Washington Post found that 3/4 of DC residents are in favor of clearing homeless encampments.
I mean, I'm all for that, but it definitely needs to go along with them having the ability to move out. I don't think we can just be sending them out with no resources and help.
Last year, DC Mayor Muriel Bowser attempted to do just that by launching the CARE pilot program. It was designed to bring unhoused people off of the streets and into temporary housing. But according to Foggy Bottom Advisory Neighborhood Commissioner Yannick Omicton, clearing unhoused people from their encampments drew sharp criticism.
The clearings themselves were violent, they were destructive, they brought in big, heavy machinery and weren't really thoroughly checking if people were still in their tents or still in the area.
Students at GW hope that the homeless population in Washington, D.C. can be addressed with more effective policies.
There needs to be more resources for the people experiencing homelessness because, especially in Foggy Bottom, there are nowhere for the people to go.
Unhoused people may come with the urban territory, but their presence goes beyond the city backdrop. Omicton urged students to make an impact on their community, which he said includes people experiencing homelessness.
Getting involved in local government, or at least just like knowing what's happening in local government, is an incredibly important way to get involved.
But there's one thing that everyone can do to extend more compassion to people experiencing homelessness in the city.
Just look at people in the eye and recognize that they're your neighbors, even if they happen to be living on the street. These are our neighbors, and treat them accordingly.
For Capital Coverage, I'm Hannah Hancock.